Good afternoon to all of you. Since I am coming from industry which is considered to be a sin industry, we are considered to be the major polluters. My, and the first thing is we are polluting environment, agreed. But at the same time, we have a responsibility to meet the energy demand. Have anybody calculated that we, as per the compounded annual growth of 6.8 or 7% of GDP, what will be our energy demand by 2047? We all talk about 500 gigawatt by 2030. Renewable 500 gigawatt. By 2047, what will be our peak demand? So we had an added responsibility to meeting the energy demand as well as decarbonize the industry. Now coming to your question, sir, you have asked on that paper. I am coming straight away. These are our source of emissions. First thing is, from where I am contributing, what are my emission source, what are the fuels which are required, what can be substituted and what cannot be substituted. So this is the inventory of our scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 emissions. This is of 2021, and mind you, ONGC was doing all these things way back from 2007 onwards. We were the first non-US company who has signed the MOU with US EPA for Global Methane Initiative. And I'm proud to say this year alone, we have detected some 50 million standard cubic meters, that is approximately 15 lakh MMBTU of fugitive methane emissions by undertaking leak detection surveys. Now, coming to this, you can very well say, sir, what is my source of emissions? These are 21 we have used as a baseline. Now, it is very clear that 79% of my emissions are from the cleaner fuels as of now, that is the natural gas. Then comes your 4% is from this HSD, 10% of HSD, 5% are direct acid waste emission, and 4%, these are estimates. The actual figures may be much more. It's a $12 billion loss opportunity across globe. This is not, I'm not saying IEA data says. So, scope 1, scope 2, sir has already explained. I'm not going to repeat. These are my scope 3 emissions. So my major contributor is processing of sold growth. That is refineries. The transportation which you are using, everywhere ATF, etc. They are already reducing their scope 1, scope 2. So if they have, my 70% contributors are refineries. Once they are controlling their scope 1, scope 2 emissions, my scope 3 is already being taken care of. Based on that, we have identified these levers, how to decarbonize the industry. Now, here comes the carbon capture and storage and utilization, which you were asking, sir. The main capturing technology is available, but how to transport it? Then comes your pits corrosion problem. How to transport it? Materials are not easily. And if you want to store it, we have reservoirs. We can store it very well. But at the same time, the well integrity is an issue. We are a highly densely populated country. We are not US or Canada, wherein you can store anywhere. You are dependent upon the groundwater. If our groundwater tables get contaminated, what to do? There are no regulatory regimes on this. So, as far as carbon storage capture is concerned, I don't think so it will take place before 2032. We have still miles to go. Capturing is possible, but where to use? You can say, as you have pointed out, this can be used for the road. I am saying we can use it for the beverage also. We can use it for the urea preparation also. But transportation from the captured site to the utilization site, it's a problem. How to transport it? And then if I have to inject it for carbon capture and utilization purpose, that is for enhancing my oil recovery, well integrity becomes an issue. Then well integrity is an issue because you require 16 chrome trim pipes. 16 chrome trim pipes, steel. China we cannot import, and if you have to import from the Europe, there is a 56 months lead time. How to address this? Now, all these scenarios are there. Everything is available in our website. I'm not going to, these are our marginal abatement counts based on the production profile. We have calculated our emissions, how our emissions will grow, and through renewable. Now, coming to the renewable energy, do you know ONGC is already having 27 lakh CERs to its credit? 27 lakh CERs are available with us through clean development mechanism, which has become just a paper. We have spent so much of money. All these things will cost money. At the same time, you have the responsibility of meeting the energy demand. That is, your import dependence has to be reduced. So there is a balance we have to take. As far as we are signatory to the OGDC in COP28, based on that OGDC, we have changed our approach. We have to check the methane abatement. Right now, ONGC is only concentrating on two aspects. One is methane abatement, and other is your non-routine technical flaring, how to reduce it. Through methane abatement, we have started monitoring all our sites round the clock using Tropima satellite. That is a European Space Agency satellite which comes around 11:40 p.m. a.m. and then the data is available. But it will only give me a data at a macro level. It cannot distinguish between the two sources. Since you are ex-ISRO also, I have talks with the ISRO also. They also are dependent upon GHG set data or NMapper, and that costs money. They give you a granular data at the source level emission, but the cost of acquisition of that data itself is $48.3 million per year. That's a huge money. $48.3 million for the acquisition of data, then you have to undertake a repair campaign. The repair campaign may require shutting off the wells. Are you willing to lose production of oil? No. So here comes the technical problems. So all these things are available. Now, coming to the methane, we have already undertaken a site surveys, and through site surveys using optical gas imaging cameras, we have detected some 7.6 million MMBTU, 7.6 lakh MMBTU of annual methane leakages in Uran plant alone. And if I have to undertake all these things, it will require human capital job, which is absolutely not humanly possible because it is a capital intensive as well as labor intensive job. I require at least 4,444 man hours to undertake because each plant will require at least 22 to 25 days, 1 month job, and I have 165 sites. And it's a huge market. So all these things are available. How by 2030, what are the plants? As of now, We have aggressively going for the renewables. Might have heard that ONGC has acquired Anya Energy. Through Anya Energy, we have 2.1 gigawatt of solar available, 1 gigawatt RTC is already, tender has been floated. So all these investments, we are doing it, but at the same time, if you undertake all these exercises, it requires your money, the differential capital. All my projects, if I start building internal carbon pricing in my projects, all my projects are becoming unviable. The carbon trading scheme, which in the previous session we were talking about, we are already having some 27 lakh CERs issued by UNFCCC. And after Kyoto Protocol, this has become a past since after Paris Declaration. In COP29, nothing has come out there will be the transition under Article 6.4 of Paris Declaration. So these are some of the challenges which industry is facing. The carbon capture, storage and utilization, or for that matter, even green hydrogen, all these things will become viable only after 2030. But at the same time, we have potential to decarbonize by replacing our energy through renewable. As of now, we attempted this thing in some of our operation. The captive power plants which we have, let us have a renewable. So we discussed it. The cost at right now is 4.33 kilowatt per unit. Whereas if I go for intrastate, the cost of renewable energy is 6.91, and if for interstate, it is 7.41. So differential is there, cost is there. So these are some of the challenges which we are facing, and I'm happy to take any questions if you have. Thank you.